as you can see, here are all the participants of the STEM experiment in space, and it's a multinational collaboration from the US, Brazil, Liberia, Ghana, and the Philippines. And so some of the participants are going to explain our experiment in space. So I want to ask Angelo to explain this slide right here.
So for this slide, I like to share the challenges we face and the importance of our experiment. First, as you can see, the cube size is very small, so we had to design an experiment that could fit within the limited space. And second, we haven't held our lessons learned session yet since the experiment has only just begun. We'll do that once it is complete. And most importantly, our results will be vital for the future. We are studying how space affects the plant growth because when humanity builds a base on the moon or even on Mars, we can't just depend on transporting food from Earth to another planet. So we must be able to grow it there. This seed experiment is just the beginning of many more steps toward the sustainable life beyond the Earth.
Thank you so much. So for our next slide, I want to ask Swasti to explain this.
Yeah, so this is where we started up our experiment. We decided to send up seeds in space, particularly 100 radish seeds and 100 collard seeds, with no radiation protection, packaged in Ziploc bags and our plastic cube, so that we could see the effects of solar radiation on the germination and growth rate of plants. To compare the growth rate equally, we kept the same amount of seeds at home. And if you're wondering why we chose radish seeds and collard seeds, these were the seeds that were most efficient to give us results for our project. So basically, as you can see in the image here, we have 2 Ziploc bags of radish seeds and 1 Ziploc bag of collard seeds that we will package in the plastic cube. On August 21st, 2025, we sent up the NASA RB-10 flight balloon, and it was at the NASA Columbia Scientific Facility in Fort Sumner, New Mexico. For around 5 hours, they sent up the space balloon into the air at the maximum altitude of 38 kilometers. Lastly, after we got the seeds back, we're going to send 10 radish seeds and 10 collard seeds from the air with no radiation protection whatsoever, and 10 radish seeds and 10 collard seeds that were stored on Earth, equally given to each team member so that we could all participate in the experiment and we could help grow the seeds so that we could see the results equally from many parts of the world.
Thank you so much, Swasti. And so I want to ask Felix to explain this slide right here. So Felix.
Felix, are you able to speak? We can hear you. Felix, could you unmute? Well, I see you unmuted, but I can't hear you. Are you able to speak, Felix? Okay, Nicole, I think you're going to have to present this slide.
All right, so we already sent out the cube up to space, and it just went back to us. So we're just waiting for the cube to ship to us, and that's when we can start doing the experiment, and then we'll publish our results. So we're starting the experiment this month once the cube gets sent to us, and then send the results to NASA next month. I mean, in December. And so if you want more details on this, you can go to this web page right here. So for the next slide right here, I want to ask if Barbara can explain this slide.
Hi, I gonna explain this slide. Yeah, and I gonna repeat what I say. I sought to publicize the project in every way I could because it allowed to describe of the new ways to cultivate food in the area when we are facing global warming. I come from a family of farms and ranches, and I greatly value work and research in this area. The STEM project had a major impact on media and social media here in the state of Espírito Santo and even in Brazil, especially after the balloon launch on August 21st. 5 interviews are given to television channels. One of these interviews was a broadcast of nationwide by a channel called SBT. Print and online newspaper also contact us to learn more about the balloon launch, the arrival of the science, the usefulness of the research, and many other things. On social media, there are also many posts about the STEAM project and the balloon launch. Online magazines, Instagram, Facebook, and other networks continually promote your work, always with information about the balloon, the seeds, and the future continuation of the experiment. A high school, a high school from a city in the interior of the state called Barra de São Francisco invited us to give us a lecture to learn to their students to encourage them to study more and conduct science research. And in this photo in the right, we can see the promotional poster of the your lecture at João 23, the school in Barra São Francisco, which took place in September 18, 2025. The lecture was a success with the attentive participation of 160 students who at the end are able to ask questions about the STEAM project. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Barbara. So for the next slide, can Gustavo explain this one? So
Gustavo, you have to unmute and speak. Can you unmute and speak, and let's see if your voice can be heard. Yeah, we can't hear. Is anybody able to hear Gustavo?
No, please.
Yeah, we can hear you, Gustavo. So what I will do, Gustavo, I will speak to your slide because we are not able to hear you. So, Gustavo, eu vou falar sobre o seu slide porque nós não estamos conseguindo ouvir a sua voz. Okay. All right, everyone. So I'm going to speak for Gustavo. Gustavo is the teacher of Barbara, who just spoke to us, and they are from Vitória City in Espírito Santo State in Brazil. So, as Nicole said in the beginning, this is an international collaboration, and we had really great great reception from Brazil. So Barbara told you all about the TV broadcast and newspaper and online news media and so on. And Gustavo was going to talk about 2 additional items that are going to be important for them and for the continuation of this project. The first one that you see in the photo on the left, this is a motion of applause given to this team by the government of Espiritu Santo state. So this is an important achievement, because having a recognition by the government on a work that we're doing, it's really bring us to another level to everyone on this team. So congratulations to everyone. You all received from the government of the state of Espiritu Santo a motion of applause. And this is really, really an important achievement, because it's the government that is really telling you all that you are doing a great job, not only for the future of science, but also for the government and for the country of Brazil. So this was the first one. The second one that you see on the right photo there, this is a program that we are creating with Brazil, and we're going to invite all the other participants also to participate in this program. But we're trying first with Brazil. And the School of Brazil, where Gustavo is the teacher and Barbara is the students, they are going to sponsor the trip for them to come and visit the NASA facilities in Cape Canaveral here in Florida. So that's a great opportunity. As you all know, you all work with NASA on this program, and you're always really interested in knowing more about NASA and what they do and things like that. So they have an open environment here in Cape Canaveral, and they are both going to visit together with Nicole and anyone that wants to come here, basically to see the NASA facilities there. This is the place where they launch the rockets, but not the balloons, but they will have a very good idea of what NASA is doing here in United States. The international Innovation International is going to fund their basically all their expenses here in the U.S., and that includes lodging, that includes transportation, that includes food, and the school there in Brazil is going to fund their trip and the passports that they need to basically have visa on to be able to come to the United States. So congratulations to Gustavo and Barbara. And this is a program that is open to all participants of this team. If you would like to visit the NASA facilities, let us know, and we will try to work together on bringing you here in the United States to visit the NASA facilities in Cape Canaveral. Back to you, Nicole. You're on mute.
So yeah, I just noticed that. Thank you for explaining for Gustavo here. And so can Maxwell explain this slide? Maxwell? I believe you're mute. Yeah, thank you. Good.
Okay. So I am Maxwell Chereme from Ghana, a STEM facilitator for Greater Grace Greater Grace Child Development Center. And my student, I have a couple of students that I nurture, and Felix is part of the STEM club. So what we do is we normally sit down and assess challenges, problems in our community, and we came up with a problem or a challenge on electricity for students, or power generation for students to use as light to do their class assignment, home, school assignment, and what have you. We realized that because of light blackout, students normally fail in their assignment, they normally fail in their examination. So we partner with Innovation International, and we were able to make a prototype or a test for some of the students to have a solar lamp, which you can see from the picture. The solar lamp, the two solar lamp cost about $50. And after receiving the solar lamp, the students are really happy about what we have given to them, and they are using it effectively. So we realized that no, why can't we extend it to most of the people in the community, most of the students, especially in the community? That will benefit them in their education life. You know, when you give an assignment to students and he comes home and the work is not done because of electricity, is very, very appalling. So today, myself or Greater Grace Child Development Center STEM Club, in conjunction with International Innovation, has come together to make this presentation to these two students. And we are also appealing to the general public to support this initiative. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to present our projects to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maxwell. So do we have enough time to show?
Yes, we do. You can show the video.
Yeah, so what Barbara said, this was televised, so this is showing our experiment being on the news in Brazil. So give me a second. I'm just gonna stop sharing for a bit, and then I'm gonna go to the video of. Can everyone see the video right here?
Yes.
Yes.
E uma estudante capixaba rompeu fronteiras da sala de aula e chegou ao espaço. Você não ouviu errado, não. É isso mesmo. Um projeto científico desenvolvido numa escola pública de Vitória foi lançado pela NASA e leva o nome do Brasil ao topo. Uma história de talento, de dedicação e de ciência que inspira o mundo.
3, 2, 1.
Um experimento que nasceu dentro de uma sala de aula em Vitória ganhou espaço. O projeto científico da estudante capixaba Bárbara Rezende Martinelli, de 17 anos, atravessou fronteiras e foi parar no México, de onde foi lançado pela NASA, a agência espacial mais famosa do planeta.
Foi muito gratificante ver que a gente pode expressar nossas ideias. Eu fiquei muito feliz. Dentre tantos projetos, justo o meu foi escolhido, sabe? Para participar de uma coisa tão grande que é a NASA.
A experiência faz parte da missão internacional de ciência e inovação, que reuniu jovens de vários países. O desafio? Investigar os efeitos da atmosfera em processos biológicos e químicos. Para isso, sementes de rabanete e de couve embarcaram rumo ao espaço. Um trabalho digno de cientista, feito por estudantes que ainda estão no ensino médio.
De acordo com o que o aluno é identificado, da sua habilidade, eu trabalho, o potencial do aluno, seja em artes, na escrita, na música, idiomas, em ciências, em física.
E o ponto de partida dessa história que chegou lá no espaço foi aqui em Vitória, na Escola Estadual Irmã Maria Horta. Orgulho não só para professores e colegas, mas para o Espírito Santo e para o Brasil inteiro.
Alunos de escola pública, estando na NASA, sendo aprovado com um projeto pela NASA, é maravilhoso.
Bárbara foi escolhida depois de um processo seletivo rigoroso. Representou o Brasil ao lado de outro estudante do Paraná e mergulhou em um aprendizado que uniu biologia, física, química, inglês e até língua portuguesa.
Ela vai ter mais oportunidades, com certeza. Ela é muito inteligente e esse projeto da Lada é só o primeiro passo para ela, porque ela tem um futuro brilhante pela frente.
De Vitória para o espaço, Bárbara mostra que o futuro pode ser escrito em qualquer sala de aula, porque quando a ciência é guiada pela curiosidade, até o céu deixa de ser limite.
Eu acho que pode abrir portas tanto para a gente como pessoas em conjunto, tanto quanto para a minha vida pessoal, para abrir portas na carreira, para ter um emprego de melhor qualidade. Eu acho que isso pode me ajudar muito no futuro.
Que linda! Parabéns para essa estudante.
The government.
So I'm gonna go back to the slideshow real quick. Give me a second. So thank you so much for listening. We're also preparing a new experiment for next year. So if you want to join us, you can go to this webpage for more details. And thank you so much for listening again. And does anyone have any questions for any of the participants here?
Found your experiment very inspiring and very fascinating. And
Thank you.
one question I had was, what was the most exciting or challenging part about this experiment?
I'll go first for this question. So, the most challenging is that, you know how all of this is very all over the world. So it was very hard to get all the contacts and to be able to get us all in one meeting to speak together. But it was able to be successful in the end, and we were able to work together into this experiment and hopefully be able to get all of this shipped to us and be able to go through this experiment this month. And if anyone wants to also share their experience as well for this question, you can unmute and speak up.
If I could go now, I just wanted to say that one of the most exciting parts in this experiment for me was, I feel like, just realizing that like everything that we had planned like actually like went through, and now we're on like the last step of our experiment and we've gotten so far. It was like really shocking to realize that everything had happened.
Anybody else?
And for me, the exciting part of this experiment is joining in this and grabbing this opportunity, and the challenges that I face in here or we face in this experiment is we have different timeline that causes us to not communicate well for this experiment, but we went this experiment flow so smooth po.
Anyone else would like to provide an answer to Vanya's question?
Yes, I think one of the challenges I also encountered during the experiment was when the balloon was to be taken off. We realized that because of weather condition, it keeps on postponing to till we got the correct date, and by God's grace, we were able to fly the seat up. So in all, we are also grateful that at the end of it all, the experiment was successful. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanya, do you have any other question?
No, I don't have any other questions. Do you have any comments?
We need some time to basically move to the next session. So is any of the students here, do you have any additional answers to add to everything that we already talked about? To any of the students who presented this experiment? All right, so Vanya, we can close this session officially, and we will go through the process of basically going to the next session. You can close this one now. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
This
you.
was a great experience. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a
Congratulations.
great experience. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, see you.